All right, welcome in, everyone. This is the Football Guys podcast, and we are the Football Guys. As always, he is Reese Rowe. He is Streak Jackson. He's Bruce Stone. He's Timmy Goat the Joseph. I'm Ryan, and we're going to be continuing our Goat Madness series tonight. We're going to be shifting into the linebacker position. But before we do that, we just want to take a couple minutes to talk about ourselves, talk about what's going on with us. I feel like that's one thing we haven't done as a podcast yet is put ourselves out there. We've put our football knowledge out there, but we haven't really put ourselves out there. So, Tariq, what you got going on in your life right now, man?
Well, right before I came in, I was actually playing dodgeball with the kids outside, destroying them, straight destruction. Besides that, just working from home, taking care of these babies, trying to make sure my face still look good. You know, so I'm on this pod, hitting out with these facts. You know what I'm saying? I still look good. Everything's going good in my life. You know, God is great. Help me provide. I really don't have much going on. It's, coronavirus. You know, it is real. My little cousin that graduated from high school. So shout out to her.
Okay.
Also, Roe daughter's birthday was a couple of days ago. Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Touche.
Happy birthday to you. Yeah, I told you she was gonna shout out. Boom. Gotcha. But yeah, I'm good. What's up, Ro? How you doing?
Well, to tell you fans, I'm a Leo. I love long walks in the park. I love riding my bike. I think this is kind of like a dating site. So if you look for me on any of those things, my wife will kill me because I am taken. I'm sorry.
I was just about to say.
So
tell them your real age, Ro.
My real age is when I think about it, when I really check and do the stats, I think I'm like 98. I'm a 98 baby, so that puts me at like 22. You see what I'm saying? 98, and I'm able to have this, guys. I'm able to have this.
This dude gains years every episode.
Sponsorship from Say. I'll slow it down for you. So my day is going good. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's what I'm saying. I found it. I got vampire blood, true blood. That's another. Hey, look us out. I'm just sorry. I don't want to drop too many bombs, but. Say, holla at me, however you want to turn this. I know you guys, you wonder why I have, the most sound takes out of here. I don't have a lot of hot takes. You know why? Because I drink this every time we pod. So you won't get the crazy hot takes like someone's overrated, like my man.
And Ryan.
Yeah, because I speak the truth. I'm not drunk.
See? So Reek needs a drink. So he be reasonable with it.
It's a shame you got a cross on liquor. Cross on liquor bottle. Devil's juice. I do. I say no. I do drink a little bit, but that one right there, that's from Satan. Got the cross.
Oh
on
man.
There.
Hey, well, Satan almost got a hold of me. Okay, so I'm gonna have some Satan before we start this pod today.
You better say Satan, Lord rebuke me.
So look, Reek, you know what I'm saying, but nah, I can't lie, man. Everything's been good. Everything definitely been good. I'll pass it to my man, Bruce, Timmy the GOAT. With the new fresh Yankee hat on, but I'm a Phillies fan, so I don't know why you got that on. Take that off, but take it off. I like the San Francisco hat. I mean, banner you got behind you, but we'll take that. What you got, Tim?
So I just recently got the new Madden.
Okay.
Right, the new one. The 2021 come out in like 2 months.
Listen, he's the late bloomer. Chill.
Now I'm cheap on that stuff, man. I get that thing for like $15 now, and I'll buy 2021 next May or June or whatever for $21. It's the same as that game with just different guys in.
I feel Tim on that because I wait to buy NBA 2K until the PlayStation Store marks it down to $3.
I'm buying that thing next week.
What's that like? 4
Hey, you got to drop
years
some namer
later?
tags. What's up with them namer tags? Okay, first and foremost, what you on, the box?
Xbox.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm on PlayStation.
Kim Dog 112.
I'm mud all day.
Same name for the last 20 years of Xbox, whatever it's been. Shout out to the group 112. That's where the 112 came from. Like Biggie said, room 112, where the players dwell. Yep.
Oh, we got notorious B.I.G. shout outs today.
Already.
So that's how I came up with the name. Besides that, I'm tired of this Corona bull crap. I want to get out in the real world. I'm tired of Zoom crap. I want to see these gentlemen in person. So when they say crazy stuff, I can throw stuff at them. Besides that, Also, flag football is coming back soon, hopefully.
Yes, sir.
So
this weekend.
life will be good when that
Woo!
starts getting back to
Where in
normal.
Jersey? What y'all playing? Mercer?
Burlington.
Oh yeah, there you go. Y'all got that
The league there to fund the Nomads.
the Nomad League.
We're gonna try to, me and Ro know what it is.
So here you go, Bruce. You can go next, buddy. I know you've been
Before
busy
Bruce,
getting
I want to say that
haircuts
Ryan has a better cut than him today.
Wait, what do you mean, bro?
I'm saying, Hey, listen,
That's just you
can't
stirring
be
the
the you
pot.
can't have the best hair every day.
That's just you hot. I can too. Look at the shirt. I mean,
I'm not talking about the shirt. I'm talking about the hair.
I know.
I don't know, man.
like, first of all, shout out to the best barber in the Bucks County area. All right, Antonio, right?
Well, see, he could have got 2 cuts, but he was taking too long for Ryan, and Ryan had, go to a competitor. We're not gonna mention their name, but Ryan got a nice cut today.
It ain't like that.
You hear that, Ant? You hear that?
I'm just playing, Ant. I'm just playing.
Shut him down, Ant. Shut him down, Ant.
Hold up. But before I went to the other barber today, I did reach out to Ant because he told me he was booked 2 weeks out, and I was like, "Yo, listen, I need a cut for this weekend. I'm gonna have to go to someone else."
Yeah, we potting, Ant.
Exactly. He's not even cut for the pot.
I knew his hair was a little off, yo. I knew that's why. Because Antonio, he spits fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, nah, but we good, man. Finishing up the backyard and the deck where we will hopefully we will shoot live eventually. You know what I mean? And get ready to get back into the swing of things in the world. A little flag football coming up. There's other sporting events, happening. Basketball, they're trying to reinstate. Hockey, all the major sports are trying to reinstate, which should be good stuff. So I'm definitely excited.
This basketball thing is like confusing, man.
It's terrible, bro. But hey, whatever. And also being a dad, man. I got 4 beautiful kids. They're all incredible, and it's probably the best part about it. So you got a lot of family men on this pod. The only one is our baby over here. He's still working on it. I think she's doing what? 6 months, 7 months?
Oh God, no.
You don't be strapping.
Allison, I'm kidding around, Allison.
Ryan, you don't be strapping. Ryan don't exactly. Ryan don't strap.
Ryan, you need to get that ring game up.
Ryan gonna put on Sweet Lady.
Right.
You gonna put on Sweet Lady.
You need to get that ring game up, Ryan. Ring game.
Here we go. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, listen.
They don't know what you're talking about.
So anybody, for anybody who at home that doesn't know what we're talking about, Reese over here is a Renaissance man. He was actually born in 1929.
Hey, I told you, man. Look,
black
don't crack.
Great, right? Look at him.
Black don't crack.
If you got the face of Nat King Cole.
Oh, shit.
You got the black and white Nat King Cole face. That face was clean.
God, I'm about to put some lotion on my face.
That face was clean.
Ryan,
I'm
take
gonna
it away,
see a
bro.
better face than Nat King Cole.
Take it away,
All right,
Ryan.
so I'm Ryan. I'm 25. I like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain.
I'm in a relationship.
Nah, I'm also in a relationship, but that doesn't take away from what I said. What I said is true. Nah, just playing. That being said, I do drink.
Catch fish.
I love fishing. Twisted Tea Light is my drink of choice, and there's only about 1 or 2 other drinks.
Say Twisted Tea Light though.
Listen, man, real shit though.
That goddamn drink is a pausable drink.
No, it's a Northeast Philly thing. It really is. They sell more tea lights in bars in Northeast Philly than any other beer.
Yeah, because of the women, bro. They want women to go to the bar.
I promise you. Come out in Northeast Philly one day. You'll see.
I'm saying it's for women. I'm not saying don't drink. It's supposed to be for the
all
women.
You Eagles fans supposed to be tough. You're out there drinking Twisted Teas. What the fuck?
Right.
Nah, so listen.
Was White Claw the other one?
Nah, I don't do the White Claw.
Dude,
but
I drank a White Claw one time. Almost threw up. It's disgusting.
No, yeah, they're bad.
I was at a Halloween party last year, and they had it. I seen it. I was like, oh man, let's try this thing. I took one sip. I was like, oh my god, me?
Yeah, what's your costume?
I was just sexy man.
Sexy man with the White Claw. Sexy man with the White Claw. That's what I do.
The White Claw almost made me friggin' rethink my life. That's how bad it was.
Oh my God. All right, what you got, Rod? What you got? Continue.
Yes. So for anyone that don't know me, I'm a government employee. I am a slave of the city of Philadelphia. They don't treat us too well, but it is what it is.
I did not know that, Ryan.
Yeah, no. No, I'm with the. I'm not going to say which department I'm with.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
Because we're gonna keep that out.
We're not going to do that.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
I
Because I
can
don't
put
know
your
who
full
listens.
business out there, so you work for the city.
I
You
got
don't
a
get that
dog.
pension in 30 years. Tell them you don't get that pension in 30 years.
Fucking
Department
right
of
I am.
Sex Toys.
Oh my!
Oh shit. See,
That was his old Tim. That was his old career. He gave up on that when he was 21.
Before he got involved,
here's the
that's what
tester.
Ryan did.
I got a dog. He's a 3-year-old Jack Russell. I named him after a quarterback that I consider to be extremely overrated.
Oh, this
So-
clown.
You better not call him Carson.
Oh,
Yeah,
his name's Carson.
It is.
But there's some days I wake up, I just look at him, and he'll be licking his asshole, and I'll be like, damn, the name fits.
Oh my god.
Oh my!
Does
he ever live around the house?
Philadelphia fans, don't worry. I don't let him jump back and go back and forth on the wagon. He's not allowed. He's a Jalen Hurts guy now.
Does the dog limp a lot in the morning?
No.
See?
Oh man. It's going to hold
Nah.
other.
No,
Tell you
but,
what, though, that dog got more money than any of us put together.
yes, you do.
Okay.
No, that being said,
touche.
Every NFL player.
And he got
has
a Super Bowl ring. So shut up.
He didn't do anything to get it.
13 wins, 11 wins, whatever it was. Shut up.
Jimmy G's
You know
got
what? Also, the 53-man guy was on the roster. He got the same thing as Carson.
Yeah, but he didn't win 11.
Was he an All-Pro like
two.
Carson?
I think the practice squad guys get it too.
Yeah.
Was he an All-Pro like
Practice
Carson?
squad's got it too.
The front office guys get it too.
But was he an All-Pro
Yeah.
like Carson? I mean, that's what I know. Was he an
Was it
All-Pro like
Jack?
Carson?
There's a janitor get one.
Well,
I
wait,
know
let me
Janitor
ask you a
got one
question.
too.
Was he
I'm about to go for a
wait,
new
let me ask you
job.
a question. Was he
All-Pro.
leading? Just out of curiosity, was he
Oh,
leading?
hold up. Yo, we ain't doing football yet. That was the whole point of this, that we ain't doing football
You
yet.
started calling him Carson.
I know you
Yeah,
started
listen,
talking
I haven't had my
Maybe.
time to talk through about what's going on in my life
it's
yet.
Johnny
I have
Carson.
been cut off with every single sentence that's coming out of my mouth.
because
Let
of
me
the bullshit
continue.
that you spew.
All right, so let's step away from the dog now because he's out in the
That's
walk
my
right now.
dog.
That's
I
my
got a
dog.
dog named. I forgot. I got a dog named Jerome. I need him after a great DT. Jerome Brown.
I have a dog named Teddy because he's a golden doodle, so I call him Teddy Graham.
I got
named
Ellie,
him
too.
about it, so.
So just so we can wrap this up and we can get over to the pod. Just a couple things going on in my life. Me and my girlfriend just booked a couple vacations. We're gonna head down to Virginia for her birthday week in July.
Oh, skeet. I'm sorry.
Does she watch this podcast?
No, she listens occasionally. I think so.
Okay.
She said.
We're not gonna say no. We know what you need to do.
No, absolutely. It's coming.
Okay.
It's definitely coming.
Pause. I mean,
And,
I guess not pause on that one.
She's into the whole national park scene, so we're doing a week down in
You know what?
Shenandoah.
You should put it in a fish.
Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something?
And
then,
then the fish falls back in the lake and then it swims away.
No, in a fish, and then you catch it, and you catch her, bam, and then you store the fish.
we got all. See, we got.
And then in September,
Oh,
in September,
my
a couple of days after my birthday, my dad actually lives out in Colorado.
Okay,
So we're gonna-
Virgo.
We're gonna September 7th.
We're
We're gonna head out. We're heading out to Colorado September 10th. Spend a little time out there. She hasn't been out there yet. So
So I guess
it's
what, devil's lettuce?
yeah, we're gonna leave that off the pot. Anyway,
Nah, no
Definitely
devil's
some
lettuce.
gummies.
But he's gonna get his Bronco T-shirt like every year. He's a Bronco fan.
No.
no,
He loves-
when
he loves
you
the
see
D.
a shirt with the old school
No balls.
Broncos logo that says "She loves the D," you can't pass it up.
Skip.
That
You're
being
gonna get a
said,
Shannon Sharp turn.
It's beautiful out there. You can actually see the Rocky Mountains from my dad's front lawn.
Nice.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I
it's
believe
nice.
it's-
I've been out there, man. It's nice as hell.
Listen, it's very beautiful. But I think we've been out here. We've been on this for more than 5 minutes. We know about everybody.
No.
We know you have long walks.
Well,
Let's talk football.
I'm also
absolutely.
too.
Absolutely. So, yeah, let's kick it over to the pod. As we said, we will be continuing Goat Madness. We're going to be looking at linebackers. So, let's get to the pod.
It started as an idea, it became a dream, and now it's becoming a reality. No one foreseen it happening. It just happened. But enough of the chit-chat. It's game time!
Do you like football? Do you appreciate good commentary? Enjoy the factual entertainment we call podcast. You won't regret it. Tune in while you can. They aren't on forever.
clocked in, mine's at work. Stadium's my only church. IQUC, I come in first. NFL, I'll wait my turn. Brucey is the QB1, Timmy is the football nerd. Ryan's hopping on them takes, religious reek will bless with words. Last but not the least is Reese, he shows opinions over. Hover speaks his mind while staying sober. Spits his facts, come watch or show. Your hat is on backwards, you know it's for clothes. Are you lucky they started this show that you're clover? Think that your brain is super than Nova. Tune in while you can, you'll hate when it's over.
Quick shout out to our sponsors. We have Levittown Carpet and Flooring. Guys, as you know, their estimates are always free. And right now they're running a special. Just mention the Football Guys podcast when booking to receive $50 off your services. So who doesn't love to save money? So definitely get for any information on Levittown Carpet and Flooring, feel free to reach out to one of us. Or if you guys know Phil or Eddie Edmond, feel free to reach out to them. Also, Brothers for All BFA Motivational Group. They've once again changed their name. They're a bunch of guys. They love to try to spread a positive message. Also, they do a little bit of investing. So, who doesn't love someone just wants to make someone's day better and to see someone better off? So shout out to Eddie and Isaiah for what they got going. And as I said, hey, they invested in us, so maybe they'll invest in you too. All right, Goat Madness time. As you guys know, we have completed our offensive side of the board. Moving on, we had Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Walter Payton, and Tony Gonzalez.
No, Barry Sanders, right?
Tony.
No, it was Walter Payton. It was Walter. He won.
Okay.
He won.
So far on the defensive side, and what was very obvious from question number one, Reggie White won overall.
Tell him who's second, real quick. Tell him who got second place.
Me and Joe Green.
Yeah, Coke and a smile.
Coke and a smile. So that being said, we're going to move over to the linebacker position. And as always, we're going to throw it to the master of ceremonies, Timmy Goat, who's going to reveal our bracket.
Hello, everybody. We're going with the 1 seed, Lawrence Taylor, versus the 8 seed, Junior Seau. Or Seau, I don't know.
Seau, but go ahead. You got it. Yeah.
Then we got the 4 seed, Jack Lambert, versus the 5 seed, Derrick Thomas. Then we got the 3 seed, Dick Butkus, versus the 6 seed, Mike Singletary. The Battle of the Bears right there. And then we got Bruce's hero, Ray Lewis, the 2 seed, versus Brian Urlacher.
Spicy.
Very bear-heavy lineup here, but
yeah,
I went with Urlacher just because him and Lewis were like compared to. There's also a lot of linebackers too. Like I was looking at this that actually left kind of early.
You said you went with Urlacher over who?
No, I said I went with Urlacher in the versus Ray Lewis because they were the same era.
Well, that's a okay.
That's
a shame. Urlacher, shame for Urlacher.
I think Urlacher's kind of fits in at that 7 seed though.
There's a lot of guys that like could have been up there, but their careers ended short. Like a Patrick Willis, a Luke Kuechly, certain guys like that. Like if they played another 4 years, they would definitely be in there. So
I agree with that.
I was wondering, why didn't you have what do you think about Derrick Brooks? I know we're gonna soon get into this, but
Derrick Brooks was in the top 12.
Okay, just
yeah, I'm about to say I remember him being in the top 12.
Derrick Brooks, like when I looked at Derrick Brooks, he was a great player and a leader on that defense. It was just a weird kind of like that defense was so good as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard for me to like put like certain people in.
Yeah, that makes sense. They had
like I said, if we stayed with 12, he was definitely in there.
Yeah, just had to ask.
Let's go with the 1-8 matchup. Who wants to go first with some LT versus Junior? Let's go with Ryan. Who has his hand up?
Uh-oh. Don't you say the devil I know. Don't you say that devil I know shit.
Got something even better for you. I'm going to just keep this short, sweet, and simple. Lawrence Taylor. Next question.
Oh, my God. All right.
And
you know what?
It's not even close.
Damn. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna go next real quick. First and foremost, you know, this matchup with LT and Junior Seau, or Seau. You know what I mean? Once and foremost, man, rest in peace for Junior Seau. You know what I mean? If you guys don't know. But this right here and the way those two guys played is also why the NFL has now did the whole concussion protocol and CTE and things like that is because of Junior Seau. But with him, once again, you guys know how I like to stack them up like boxers. LT coming in at 6'3", 237, Junior Seau 6'3", 250. Both Hall of Famers, you know, one come from North Carolina being a Tar Heel and the other one come from USC. Now look at both of them. That's not just, I understand, Ryan, you just said quickly it's LT without a doubt. But Junior Seau was a problem. Junior Seau definitely was a problem. He had over 1,800 tackles, 12-time Pro Bowl, 6-time All-Pro. He just so happened to miss getting that Super Bowl ring, but he held San Diego down. He definitely held them down, sad to say, but he had to go against, San Francisco in that Super Bowl. Sorry, but it could have
barbecue chicken.
I'm sorry. I know. Yeah, they got cooked. But also he had 56.5 sacks. Junior Seau, he held the middle down, pause, for a long time. So I just don't want to dismiss him just like that, man, because he was an all-time great and he deserves to make this list. And some people might even have him higher than 8 on this list, but it's definitely LT. When you talk about just being a reckless abandonment and coming in high on, life. Just like
that coke you were talking about?
I didn't say anything. We talking about that was Mean Joe Green, Coke and a Smile. I didn't say anything about Coke.
This was a Coke and a sack or something.
Coke and a Smile. But it's definitely LT. Just that man. He came in like in the 80s, and we know what happened in the 80s. So that's how LT came into the NFL. What you got, Bruce?
Junior Seau was he was a hell of a player. And again, as Reese touched on, rest in peace. Sad to see something like that happen to a guy who was honestly really good for the league when he was here. He helped the younger guys. Yeah, he helped the younger guys everywhere he went, whether it was in San Diego or when he was in New England. Talk about bad luck. New England's won how many Super Bowls in how many years? I mean, literally, they won 6 Super Bowls since 2000, right? And somehow – the 3 years that he was there, 06, 07, 08, 4 years he was there, he didn't win a ring. So it's sad to see that he didn't get a ring. He deserved a ring. Saying it's by a mile that's ridiculous. I mean, talking about the legend of the game, Junior Seau. Lawrence Taylor, he's one of the most freakishly gifted linebackers we've ever seen. Granted, he played under the influence 90% of his career, probably 99% of his career.
Allegedly.
My mama said no, but according to Bobby Boucher, he did no. But it's LT, and I'm sure LT is going to probably steamroll his way to the finals because that's how good he was.
We don't know that yet.
I'm telling the people, it's LT. Shout out to Junior Seau though. Rest in peace and stuff.
I guess I'll go next.
Go ahead, Rick.
So y'all gave all the reasons of Junior Seau. Yeah, I know, it's LT. I'll give more information about LT later, but it's LT. Junior Seau, you were a heck of a player, but yeah, it's LT.
That's how you go. That's how you gonna do him. Damn.
Well, because y'all gave all the accolades. I'm not gonna add on that. We gotta keep this moving. LT next,
Okay.
Next question. Keep it moving.
Let me just read off these stats right here, man.
Here you go.
He was in. He was Shark in Any Given Sunday, a very underrated movie.
That was.
I used to watch the Al Pacino speech before every game.
Oh, that's great stuff, man.
He was in Waterboy, and he was also on The Sopranos.
I didn't know that, actually.
I didn't watch Sopranos, so.
The only person besides Gronkowski on his whole list to have a WWE win when he beat Bam Bam Bigelow in WrestleMania 6.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
The Beast of the East.
We bought it back with Bam Bam.
Damn. I was
going
to mention that later, Timmy.
That was my drum right there.
Tim wasn't letting you get that off, bro.
No.
And he was also one of the only people ever. It might have been the only person besides, late 2000s that won Rookie of the Year and Player of the Year in the same year. in 1981.
Damn,
I was thinking about the water boy when he said, "Don't smoke crack."
Exactly. But yeah, it's going still. I mean, shout out to Chargers fans we have in here. I know Kyle teases on here all the time, so apologize for kicking Junior Seau out this early, but
Ed too, right?
Ed too.
But we're not being biased, but
we're gonna
they
move
just
on
gonna
here.
stack up. I'm sorry.
We're gonna go to the 4-5 matchup, which is Jack Lambert versus Derrick Thomas. Roll Tide.
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go first.
Roll Tide.
So, I did a little bit of research because remember, Jack Lambert is way before my time. So I happened to look up to find out what team he was on.
What?
And if you haven't, I knew the team. I'm talking about like the era team. Okay.
All right.
So if you haven't watched, go watch the last podcast of D Lyman with me, Joe Green, and I was highly praising me, Joe Green.
Here we go.
That's exactly. So his linebacker was Lambert. So Lambert got 4 rings, right?
Here we go.
Got defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, slapper, all that. So again, when it's 4-0,
here we go.
It's not close. It's Jack. Next question.
Yeah, I'll go next.
Please.
I know one thing about Derrick Thomas. When I was younger watching him play, he was one of my favorite players. He was like the sack guru. Like he just knew how to get to the quarterback. Speed, power, all this stuff. Like it was like an artist. He was like the Bob Ross of
Bob Ross,
quarterback sacks, man. A happy little swim move here, a happy little bull rush. So I'm going to go with Derrick Thomas. I mean, Jack Lambert was great, but
appreciate you, brother.
Off what Reek said, he was an all-time great defense. Derrick Thomas was not. They had some players on there, but they were an all-time defense.
Did he win Defensive Player of the Year?
No, he didn't.
Who? Derrick Thomas?
So you can't say a great defense when you win Defensive Player of the Year. That's why I gave me Joe Green because he won it twice.
Yeah,
he's got defensive rookie.
Because when you're in a great defense.
Wait a minute. What time frame did this man play in?
What do you mean?
Which one?
Derrick Thomas.
Doesn't matter.
In the 90s.
Think about the players that were around him.
Okay.
That he had to compete against.
That ain't my fault.
Bruce Smith.
Might be the craziest time ever.
Reggie White.
They ain't got nothing to do with me. They got nothing to do with me. That's how you played it.
Keep going. Sorry, Tim.
There's also the Kansas City Chiefs named the award for the Chiefs MVP, the Derrick Thomas Award. And like I said, he was fun to watch. Tragic accident for him. But it's Derrick Thomas.
It is.
Who wants in?
Man.
Ryan, you got some devils here?
Nah, you know what? Go ahead, Ryan.
Two devils you don't know, so.
Come on, Ryan. Come on, Ryan.
I'm going to keep it simple here because these are two guys that I'm the baby of the group once again. So these are two guys that were before my time.
Come on, Ryan.
I love the baby.
So we turned to the internet.
Come on, Ryan.
The infamous internet.
My magic crystal ball, a.k.a. the internet, is telling me.
Come on, Ryan.
It's Derrick Thomas.
That a boy.
Oh.
That a boy.
Wow.
That a boy.
Oh,
Numbers.
Ryan.
Don't let this man twist your words.
Numbers don't lie. As you know, I believe in numbers. I'm a big number guy. Always have been. Always will be. I love the idea of analytics. If you believe in analytics, then Derrick Thomas is the better linebacker.
I believe in wins. You got 4 rings.
I don't care.
And
Bruce, take it away.
Take
it away. It's at the rim for you, bro.
Let me put this shit to bed since he already gave me the ammo I needed. Derrick Thomas may very well. He honestly is probably one of the best pass rushers we've ever seen from the linebacker position. The man was ridiculous.
His second year in the league, he had 20 sacks.
Ridiculous, dog. Okay? Ridiculous.
There's somebody else on this list that had the same thing, but go ahead.
Who we talking? Bruce Smith? What are we talking about?
I thought it was LT. Didn't LT get 20?
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
He had 13-5.
Derrick Thomas had ways to get their QB that people had never seen. Okay? Derrick Thomas played 11 years, and out of those 11 seasons, 9 of them made the Pro Bowl. Now, he played on some really bad Chief teams. Okay? So people got to look at that. Talking about Defensive Player of the Year, yada, yada, yada. Reggie White, Reggie White, Lawrence Taylor, Ronnie Lott. Look at some of the people he had to go against for that award. Bro, that's tough, man. This man put up some numbers. And Jack Lambert, okay, well, he won. He was an ugly motherfucker. Ugly. But he already loses points there, okay? And 2, he does. He loses points.
He's talking about football, not about looks.
I don't care about 4 rings. You keep going to rings from linebackers, linemen. That's a quarterback argument. Fine. Bullshit. I'm not letting it happen. Derrick Thomas, see you in the next round. I got more stuff for you next round with him.
So one guy wins Defensive Player of the Year, one guy doesn't.
Not close, dog.
So why he can't win Defensive Player of the Year if he's that great?
How have you not seen you listen, you're talking about a person you never saw play. How did you not see Derrick Thomas play?
I saw him play, but what I'm talking about is a guy that won Defensive Player of the Year. He won Defensive Player of the Year, and he has 4 rings. And he was, huh?
That Ryan won MVP. Are we talking about him? Is he better than people that haven't won MVP? Great all-time great QBs.
Does he got 4 rings? Because if we did, we would talk about him. If Matt Ryan had 4 rings, what would we say right now?
He got a point. He'd probably be up there in the GOAT status if he had 4 rings.
If he had 4 rings.
Eli's got 2 rings. We don't talk about him.
He
Has he ever won MVP?
One of the best.
He never won MVP.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll say 2 things.
A dynasty, dog.
Okay,
he
but
played on you keep going back to this Pittsburgh Steelers bullshit.
Yes, because here's the argument. The 2 people that I talked about have won Defensive Player of the Year. So that means they weren't riding the coattails of a good defense. They were the reason why they were a dynasty. When you're part of the defense and you're the Defensive Player of the Year in that defense. So in that defense, he won over Mean Joe Greene a year.
They had a great offense, too, so it wasn't
Reed,
all defense.
what was the name of that defense?
Steel Curtain.
Congratulations.
Hey, what was the name of the Chiefs defense?
I don't know.
Bro.
Exactly my point.
I don't know.
It was exactly my goddamn point.
Hang on. First of all, let me just say one thing about your nonsense story you just brought up there, Reese. Okay, let me just.
It's not a story. It's a truth.
It is a story.
Right. Man gets
I already mentioned Derrick Thomas played on piss poor teams. Okay?
Oh.
Now don't all me shit.
Oh.
So by your statistics, right? We're missing people on this list because there's defensive players that have a bunch of rings. There's one in particular that we didn't put on this list.
You would have made the
12.
You know what it is? We ain't talking about them. We talking about the top 8 now. But you can mention them.
So you can
say fuck it, but we ain't mention them.
So Derrick Thomas is
irrelevant.
Why is Charles Bailey not on this list then?
It's irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant.
I mean, listen.
You want to
I didn't make the list. I didn't make the list.
Robert Ory and shit. Listen,
I didn't make the list. Charles Bailey was a beast.
Rings don't matter for defensive
was.
players. All right, so then when we get the safety, keep this same energy, Reek. Keep this same energy.
Hey, well, with that being said, since it is my turn, I am going to go really quickly, and I'm going to say it's Jack. I agree with you, Reek. It is Jack. And why I say that, because now I was able to pull up, like Ryan, he said the internet and the stats. I was able to find some stats for Jack Lambert.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
He had 1,400 tackles.
Okay.
He had 28 interceptions. Okay.
Right.
And they played the same amount of seasons.
Right.
Now, upon him also, they both were 9-time Pro Bowlers. But guess who had more All-Pros? Jack.
Who won Defensive Player of the Year? Jack. Who has 4 rings? Jack. Like, Ryan, how the hell you say that the internet tell you Derrick Thomas?
And with that being said, like Jack was actually undersized.
Statistical numbers.
6'3",
the linebacker position, I promise you, not once in NFL history has the linebacker position had an impact on a team winning a Super Bowl.
What?
Oh, I don't agree with that.
Okay,
we got one on the list right now.
The person number 1 on this list is the reason why they won the Super Bowl. 2 of them. Did you see
what's in your time frame?
They beat
in your time frame. You can't say you're too young for that shit.
It's not.
Wait, you said number 1?
Yes, it is.
He's the reason why. Didn't he beat Buffalo 13-12?
He was great. You're missing another guy though.
But I'm saying though,
fucking Lewis.
Right, him too. But I'm saying Didn't
I
he
said,
beat
that's
Buffalo
what I was
13 to
talking about.
12?
That's some shit.
That dynasty that we talked about, that could have been when he won the 4 straight titles with the Bruce Smith, the guy that y'all is say he's the GOAT or whatever. He was on that team. I mean, he beat that team, right?
Who?
Lawrence Taylor. Did he not beat that team?
What
Yeah.
team?
That Bills team.
The Bills team.
Yeah,
Who had Jim Kelly and Andre Reed
with a
and
missed
Thurman
field goal.
Thomas.
Yeah.
They
With a
put
missed
13
field
points
goal.
on them. Huh?
With a missed field goal.
Oh, did he win?
Bullshit.
Well, did he win? I mean,
Yes.
I don't care about. Okay, I mean,
One. Next round. Or next guy. Next setup.
Hey, he had opportunity.
I'm back to this. By the way, Derrick Thomas won.
he did.
Yeah, he did. 3-2.
But Ryan, I'm disappointed in you, Ryan. I'm disappointed in you, Ryan.
Proud of you,
Hey,
Ryan.
I mean,
I can take it from them
let's-
too, but
I mean,
you. Okay.
Here's another thing that we didn't mention, because as far as we talk about the linebacker position, which is a very key thing that the fans should know, they didn't start taking stats as far as tackles into 94. Nobody mentioned that. That's not here you go, but that's a very key thing. We talk about the linebacker position. 94 is when they started taking stats for the tackles.
So we don't even know how many
94.
maybe you only had like one tackle. We don't know.
That's not true, but there's no way you win all them goddamn games. But okay, I see what you're going. But either way, that's a very
So what you're
stat.
saying is you have more tackles than Jack Lambert.
No, of course I didn't.
We're tied. We're all tied with Jack Lambert.
We're all tied.
We're tied with Jack Lambert and Sacks and Mean Joe.
So just
Green.
because you
I'm
don't
look
take a
up his
stat doesn't
stats.
mean it
His
didn't
stats do.
happen.
I mean, if I look it up, it does say how many tackles he has. So
Yeah, I was able to look it
Yeah,
up.
you
I was
can
able to
find it. That someone
Yeah,
went
that's
back and
fine.
counted.
All right,
All right,
Go
so
ahead.
anyway,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let's
Go to
move
the
on
next
here
one.
to our 3-6 matchup. Dick Butkus versus Mike Singletary. I'm gonna go with this one first.
Go Bears.
So
Go
Mike
Bears.
Singletary, former 49ers coach, with the third best press conference rant of all time, behind the Denny
I
Green.
want winners.
The Denny Green, you gonna crown him is number 1. The Jim Mora playoffs. Oh, that's 2. And the Mike Singletary, can't do it. Can't win with him. I need winners. Can't win it. Can't do it.
That was all.
3rd. But Dick Butkus also, man, he has some friggin' things, man. He was in The Last Boy Scout. It was one of my favorite movies.
Yes, he was.
We got he was also on My Two Dads, the show I guarantee you, like Franjo is a big fan of.
Mm-hmm.
This type of show, man. He was also in the Any Given Sunday with Lawrence Taylor.
There you go. Talk that shit.
And it's tough because I don't really know Dick Butkus, man. I know Rocky named his dog Butkus.
Got a hell of a name.
Yeah.
The Rocky
He's
movies.
got a hell of a name.
So on that, Iron Mike had those eyes. We had those eyes, a little scary looking. Like I'd be a little intimidated on the behind center there if I seen those crazy eyes looking at me. But I'm gonna go with Dick Butkus only because Rocky named his dog Butkus, and I'm imagining he named it become Dick Butkus. And I love Rocky, the only Philadelphia athlete that's a proven winner. So we're gonna go with Dick Butkus here.
Only athlete is the proven winner, huh? Fair enough.
Well, Nick Foles left, but besides after he left.
Total bullshit. That was a low blow. So I'll go next, since I know Ryan's probably going to say something and say next question. Mike, if Singletary loses this, we're going to have an issue with all y'all. Okay? You heard what I said.
Oh, my God.
Singletary played on one of the best defenses of all time.
Thank
Mike
you.
Singletary was the middle of that defense.
Thank you.
Mike Singletary was a fucking machine.
Thank you.
A machine. He was Ray Lewis before Ray Lewis was Ray Lewis. By the way, Ray Lewis is better. But he was Ray Lewis before Ray was Ray.
Correct.
Singletary. Dick Butkus was a mean motherfucker. The dog was cool. You always hear stupid Dick Butkus jokes, Pauls. You hear his name in all types of different songs. That's great. Dick Butkus. Great. Great player. Amazing.
Hey, Brian, you want to go? I mean, I think we're
Mike
done with the
Singletary.
soliloquy of
What?
Bruce
Mike-
QB1
Mike-
Stone. Jesus
Mike
Christ, giving damn.
Singletary was ridiculous. Don't cut me off back there.
Hey,
Shit, we giving a damn eulogy.
Rocky ever say,
All right.
hey, yo, Singletary.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Hey, yo,
Ryan, please don't
Butkus.
disappoint me this time. Please don't disappoint me this time.
Hey, yo, Butkus.
Shut up, bro.
I'm
He's gonna
tired
do
of this redundant theme of players that I have not gotten to see play in my lifetime, aside from turning on NFL Films or NFL Network at 2:00 in the morning and by chance catching one of their games.
That's usually what happens.
That being said, I can't get behind a guy whose name requires me to say Pauls right after saying it. So for that reason alone, I'm going to go with Mike Singletary.
All right. I'll go next.
It's the first time you ever turned down Dick.
Whoa! Yo!
Jesus Christ.
Yo, that just got real. That got
fired.
real.
Wow. Jeez.
Right, yo, I'm already under the covers, so on that note, I'm going to just head to bed. Let me know when you're all done, and I'll end this recording.
Oh, shit.
So
it's he pulled out the bazooka. Go ahead, Reed.
It's Mike Singletary. I don't understand how this is a debate. You got one guy that was on the best defense ever, right? 2-time player of the year. Like, when does that not matter? And when does Super Bowl championship not matter? Like, if you win, that's the cherry on the topping. And you have defensive player of the year. And he was man of the year, so he was also good.
I know it didn't matter in your tight end argument and your running back argument. It didn't matter.
My tight end argument
matters
because you put Shannon Sharp against Tony. I think he's better than Gronk, but you put Tony over Shannon Sharp. That was different. But he also didn't win the MVP. This man won defensive player of the year. That means you're the best defensive player ever.
Neither did Tony Gonzalez.
Offensive player of the year?
Yes.
I have to look that up. But we're not talking about them right now. We're talking about he won a chip, man of the year, defensive player of the year, and was on the best defense arguably ever. It's Mike. Guerrero.
Oh, my God. I mean, I hear y'all. And this is actually funny because Bruce is actually contradicting himself. Because if you just talk about how Derrick Thomas, you talk about how Derrick Thomas, and you got mad at Reek for choosing Super Bowls, but now you're choosing, Mike Singletary.
Had nothing to do with his Super Bowl.
He has a win, and so forth, right?
Had nothing to do with his Super Bowl.
But time out. So with that being said, who paved the way for Mike Singletary? Who?
A whole bunch of people.
No, it's called Richard.
Buddy Ryan.
Specifically, it's
Buddy
Richard.
Ryan.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the Bears know how to pick linebackers, and they had one. And the funny part, Richard, because I won't call that man by what I have down low, Richard was the one who also, he came behind, filled somebody else's shoes that was a Hall of Famer, his rookie year. Like, y'all disrespecting Richard. You know what I'm saying? Y'all disrespecting the animal. Y'all disrespecting the mayhem. You know what I'm saying? The mayhem of destruction. Y'all disrespecting, because I understand y'all maybe not saw him, but guess what? I didn't get to see him play live, but I did watch a lot of highlights. I can't lie. I did do a lot of research. I did watch a lot of highlights because I like to be almost a historian of the game. I like watching old highlights. But with that being said, my man also won with a horrible team. He won 2 times Defensive Player of the Year. Y'all forget that. Also, his career was cut short because of a knee injury. Because guess what? Back in the 70s, they didn't have the science and so forth and so forth. But would y'all want to quickly say this is not even close? Y'all crazy. No one saw a linebacker like Richard at 6'3", 245 pounds. Are y'all crazy? At that time, it wasn't – no way in hell you was seeing a linebacker like that. And guess what? You talking about somebody intimidating? Ask the players that played against him. He was intimidating.
I'm not going to deny that.
You saying who? You don't know who? I thought you was still in the game.
You don't think Singletary was intimidating?
His whole defense was intimidating.
His whole defense. And guess what? Mike started really putting up numbers. Let's talk about it. Okay, who did Mike have up front? Who did Mike Singletary have up front? He had Richard Dent. He had William Perry. He had those guys up front. Guess who goddamn Richard had up front? Nobody's. They wasn't even making Pro Bowlers. Yes, look it up. You said you know about this game. Well, look that shit up.
And you don't
Tell
know
me who he
had
up front. Tell me the 4 guys he had up front. I'll wait.
But it does matter if you're still in the defensive player of the year.
Time out. Okay, so guess what, Reek? I'll answer that. So you just said, right? You said defensive player of the year. So how is it they both of them, right? So one had a front 4 that was ass. The other one had a front 4 that was dominating, who were Hall of Famers. Not all of them, but he had 2 that was Hall of Famers, bro. Stop it. So a guy can do the same thing and win defensive player of the year just like another one, and y'all saying it's not even close.
No, it's not. It's not. But the Super Bowl is sharing the topping.
Okay, so he won a Super Bowl by himself?
That defense was did. That, yeah, but he was part of it.
And also, guess what? Also, we had another guy that's a GOAT. that was on there. Walter Payton. Holy shit, bro! What are y'all What are y'all talking about, man?
And the fridge
wasn't all on him.
Touchdown.
That's what I'm talking about. Like y'all not telling the whole story.
Wait. So he told himself. So the fridge scored and Walter Payton didn't. I don't know. I didn't see that Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, the fridge did score. Yeah, his big ass scored. Like he was doing everything. He definitely was doing everything. Right. But once again, who did Richard have that was like those guys?
Oh my God.
He didn't. That's my point. He didn't have it. But we can move on. Once again, I do not agree. Fans, I do not agree. Maybe I'm the one drinking, but me and Tim really.
Nah, we was on board with the other one.
We also know Singletary was a shitty coach.
We're
not talking about coaching. We're talking about
that. Yo,
I can't win with them.
Yo, that's literally the reason these two knuckleheads picked against him.
You goddamn right. That's a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
You don't even believe that yourself.
Nothing to do with that. It's all about Rocky's dog, man. If his dog was Singletary,
fuck that damn dog.
Singletary be moving on, man.
Great excuse.
Hold up. But one takeaway from this before we move on. Let the record show that Tim and Roe chose Dick.
That was a great rebuttal. That was good.
He was waiting.
That was good.
You was waiting for that one. You was thinking about that the whole time. He was dreaming about Dick, wasn't he?
He was sitting. He was waiting under his blankets to put that out there.
He was like,
"Pause."
I see what you're doing.
All right, let's get next.
What you got next?
I'll make it quick. I'll make it short.
We don't know what he was doing in that blanket when he's thinking about me, Roe, and Dick.
Sam is ready. It's the hat. It's the hat. He locked and loaded.
I know we out here.
Let's go with the 2-7 matchup here, and enough Dick talk, Paul. We talked enough Dick tonight. Dick's gone, so we don't talk about him anymore. So we're going with
Richard.
Ray Lewis. Hey, his mom would call him Dick. I'm gonna call him Dick.
I hope this don't go viral.
Ray Lewis and Brian Urlacher. We're gonna let Bruce go first. This is his wet dream for the whole bracket.
Just make it quick. Let's keep it moving.
I will. Don't worry. It's not close. Ray Lewis. Next question. Go ahead, Reese. Oh, never mind, Reese. Walk away. Go ahead, Ryan.
Look, you did it, Roe. You made him walk away.
No, he knows what's coming. I'll save all his accolades for when he gets to the finals.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There you go.
Finally, we get a guy that I've seen play. Not only do we get one, we get two. Tim decided to make me blow my load all in one pick. So that being said, it's Ray Lewis.
We don't have Dick and load talk.
It's Ray Lewis.
There's a lot going on in this episode. I don't want to be part of it.
It's definitely Ray. So we're going to Ray, keep it moving. Go ahead, Tim.
Oh, I know.
But wait, real quick, shout out to Urlacher. You were a hell of a linebacker. You're just not Ray Lewis.
All I know is Brian Urlacher has a sweet hair transplant. No one on his other list has a hair transplant that looks that good.
I mean, that's fair, but
it's got to be Ray. Even though he might have committed some stuff that we're not 100% sure happened, but
it was alleged.
Since it was alleged, we won't hold that against him.
Right.
And so we're gonna go with Ray here.
Go ahead, Ro. Pick Ray so we keep moving.
Yeah, it's goddamn Ray. I'm sorry.
Damn,
Brian.
Now it's
Brian. I had like a whole list, but shit, Brian, like it really is, bro. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, fuck the damn you. But look, look, I'm gonna make this real quick. But Brian was a beast. I mean, for what Brian did in his short time span, it's actually very comparable to Ray.
How come you got?
It's comparable. I'm sorry. But with Ray's inspirational. The funny part, if you look at stats, if you weren't actually able to see these guys play, you'd be like, yo, y'all disrespecting the shit out of Brian. But no, what Ray did to the team and led the team is just really not. We talked about it. We definitely talked about it.
Killing him on the field, yo.
Tell the whole story.
Killing him.
Stats don't tell the whole story. That's all I'm going to say. Stats don't tell the story. If y'all really look at the stats, though, you'd be like, damn, it's kind of close.
So real quick, this really, I'm looking at Brian Urlacher's hair transplant. This is extremely impressive.
It is impressive. It is impressive.
Fuck.
It is impressive.
This is high quality. We're not going to spin this off into a whole topic. Does anyone know how they do that?
I have no clue.
I thought they take follicles from other parts of your body and put them on your head. That's all.
They basically, it's something like, I know someone had it done. They graft your skin and take the follicles with it and basically just put it on your head.
Yeah, Dion did the same thing. Dion Sanders.
Is that recent?
You just knowing that he got hair again?
Yeah, I didn't know that neither.
I don't pay attention. Only person's hair I care about is me, my wife's, and my kids.
I know. Why am I looking at another man's hair? And he's
Well,
retired.
it's been like a couple years now. Deion Sanders did the same thing. Look at Deion.
Deion Sanders guy. You see Deion lately? He done embraced the Santa Claus look.
I know, but I'm talking about hair-wise. He went from bald to having hair. Like, look at Nick Wright.
He was bald.
Look at
Nick
Wright on TV. Nick Wright did the same thing.
All right, next round.
There's a lot of hats. Oh.
Actually, Tim, who is it?
He already said it. He said Ray.
Everybody said Ray. Clean sweep.
Singletary versus Ray Lewis.
Everybody knew that shit.
Ooh.
Who? Ray Lewis.
Mike Singletary versus Ray Lewis.
I don't even know why Mike the fuck is here. Y'all did that because y'all know it's Ray. I'll go first. It's fucking Ray. Mike shouldn't even made it to this goddamn far. It's clearly fucking Ray. Okay, the best defense. Okay, look, that's what you can't say that shit against fucking Ray Lewis now, can you? Guess what? And Ray led it. Ray has better stats. Ray won a fucking chip. Ray denounces everything that Mike Singletary ever did. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into my bag of Ray yet. I'm going to save it because he should make it to
Remember who he beat? Whoa.
Let Ro finish.
Not because of him.
Yo, you got to talk. Don't have a conversation.
Christ. You know what I mean? But I'll finish.
Ray Payton, yeah, last Super Bowl.
You know what I'm saying? And he had bum-ass Trent Dilfer as quarterback, you know what I mean? And I don't give a damn who he beat. You know what I'm saying? Because he won. That's all that matters. And he literally said, I had a dream. He went to his Martin Luther King that last season when he had Trent. He said, I had a dream about this after I almost got convicted of murder. I had a dream. And he lifted their ass and they won a goddamn Super Bowl. But I'll pass it on to Rye because I know he's going to be quick with this. So tell us who you got.
Hey, yo, Mike, you don't got to go home, but you can't stay here. Ray Lewis goes on.
Get your ass out of here, Mike.
Bruce.
The you, Jesus Christ, the fucking you.
Look, yo, 85. I'll stand by my word when I say this. Buddy Ryan, best defensive coordinator of all time. Shout out, right? Buddy Ryan had the best defense ever. 2 of them in the history of the league. 85 was ridiculous. Urlacher, bum ass. Singletary was the center of that. Ray Lewis was different. He won 2 rings. He beat the Niners with Joe Flacco, and he
was there.
And on one of the
he was there for them.
And the Giants. Let's talk about that Super Bowl.
On one of the funniest teams. Literally that Hard Knocks was the best Hard Knocks. That Ravens team, Hard Knocks, was the greatest.
That was the season after they won.
That was the Ray Lewis.
I know, but that was the same team. I'm saying, but yeah, it's right. Honestly,
they didn't have Trent that year, but I won't say anything.
What?
They didn't have Trent that following year.
No,
yeah, they did.
No,
Did they get Trent Green?
No, Dilfer.
No, they had Tony Banks.
Oh yeah,
they had terrible quarterbacks, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tim.
All I know, Mike Singletary can't win with you. Can't do it.
I swear to God, if you pick
I appreciate the crazy eyes, but
I know
it's just Ray Lewis. You gotta go with you, even though he possibly committed crimes because of where you went to college.
Alleged.
I said possibly.
He was innocent.
He was not guilty.
I will not stand for this bullshit.
I know you went to the U, so they might teach a class in out there, so you might pick something up there.
No, that's not what happened.
I'm just kidding, Ray.
Hey, we love you, Ray.
It's Ray Lewis.
Unheard of.
And it's right. Next question. I got my stuff later for the
Hey, man, we don't want to talk about Mike and his orange dude.
No, I gotta say my Ray Lewis stuff for the finals. Now go ahead.
Ray Lewis and the
Deer Atlas crazy eyes, man. That's what he had. Orange and new black.
All right, next matchup. Go ahead, Tyler. Go ahead.
Lawrence Taylor versus Derrick Thomas.
Ain't gonna go say all that Derrick Thomas BS now. Go ahead, say it all that BS now. Go ahead.
Start.
Mm-hmm.
He should be here.
What? No, you don't believe that.
I know. I was about to say all that bullshit you was talking. I was about to. Woo.
Look, Derrick Thomas. It's one of those situations like you guys have like a hatred for Mike Singletary because he watched you guys suck for a couple years. Well, maybe more than a couple years. I forget what happened. But anyway, look, definitely. Derrick Thomas. I personally, me as a football fan growing up, Derrick Thomas was one of my favorite non-Eagles, right? And he was good. He was a great player, man. And honestly, he died way too soon.
Yes.
Right?
33, I think it was, right?
Yeah, bro. Look, he had like another 4 or 5 years left in his life. To play football, bro. Easy. He wasn't slowing down. I hate Lawrence Taylor. I never liked Lawrence Taylor. I don't like him. He annoyed me. I don't like him. He just I don't like him. But
I don't like him. That's why you got this. I don't like him.
But Lawrence Taylor is going to move on to the finals. So.
Oh shit!
It is what it is.
Oh my goodness.
Hate him.
Hey, like I said, man, anybody that plays in any given Sunday and they call him, I got to go with Shark LeVay. I mean, this is easy. You know what I'm saying?
He had to make his bonus, man.
I know. That's what he had to do.
He made the $1 million.
See that's it.
Paul died for that $1 million and came back to life.
And that's what he said. I'm worth $1 million, baby.
And he changed Willie Bean in his car.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. So I gotta go with him. The way he act in any given Sunday, holy shit. You can't go with nobody else but Lawrence Taylor. He's the man. You know what I'm saying? What you got, Reed?
I got Lawrence Taylor. It's not between just knowing about pads and cleats. Not just remember when you was great.
Yeah, there you go. Talk it.
He did kill it there. No, yeah, it's Lawrence Taylor. It's not close. We can keep moving. Let's go to the real matchup. Go ahead, just keep moving.
I'll go with LT over DT. You're
okay.
up, Brian. Brian, who you got?
I got nothing fancy for this. It's Lawrence Taylor. I was trying to think of something to say because I've used them all up already. I've said next question. I've said you don't got to go home. You can't stay here. You know what? I thought of one that I didn't use yet, but it's not going to fit. So it's Lawrence Taylor.
Awesome.
Okay, now we go to the finals. The 1 seed Lawrence Taylor versus the 2 seed Ray Lewis. We'll go with Bruce first. This is Bruce's guy.
Oh yeah, here you go.
Don't let me down, Bruce.
He hates one and loves one.
Yeah, well, and what's gonna lead me in this one? I ain't gonna hold. What'd you say?
What you gonna do here? Let's see your integrity on this one.
I'm gonna let you know what it is, man. So both of them kind of matched up in a couple categories, right? They both are 2-time Super Bowl champions. So Reek's little comparisons out the window.
That's right.
Both have won Defensive Player of the Year.
Correct. Right? 1 to 3, 1 to 2.
Yes, sir. Ray Lewis is a 13-time Pro Bowler. Lawrence Taylor's a 10-time Pro Bowler. Look, man, I know that, and not to mention, they also played the linebacker position differently, right? Lawrence Taylor was more of a pass rushing guy. He didn't do half the shit that Ray did. They did everything.
Linebacker.
Ray did it, and he played in a 3-4 defense. Ray did everything for that team, right? Ray is the best sideline to sideline tackler we've ever seen, Rob. Let's call it what it is. All right. 1,089 tackles, 132 sacks, 59 forced fumbles, and 9 interceptions. So I'm reading a verbatim here, but 2,061 tackles, 41 and a half sacks, 67 pass deflections, 31 interceptions, 17 forced fumbles, 20 fumble recoveries, 3 defensive touchdowns. I said 1,000 tackles, right? 2,000 tackles. It's really tough to not say Ray is the GOAT at this position. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to say Ray wins this in my eyes. A lot of people argue it. I get shit all the time. Matter of fact, I even backpedal. Fuck that. I know how good Lawrence Taylor was. I get it. But there's nobody in the league that ever ran into a player and got caught on being mic'd up and said, yo, I ran into Ray by accident. Chad Johnson ran into Ray. He said he literally ran into Ray Lewis and fell.
Did you hear the rebuttal to that? You ever hear the rebuttal? So real quick. So they had the AFC Pro Bowl, and he said, "Here's the funny part. That I didn't feel you." No. He told Chad, "I didn't feel you." Pause. He said, "I just said, let's get behind it. I didn't even know I hit you."
Look, man, I know that Ray probably played a couple more years. I didn't look at the years, we've seen Ray do stuff that made some of these NFL players look like children. Okay? Like Eddie George, he embarrassed Eddie George. Embarrassed him. Late in his career, I got Seahawks fans talking about, oh, Marshawn Lynch versus Ray Lewis. I'm taking Ray. Derrick Henry versus Ray Lewis. I'm taking Ray.
I'll take Ray over Derrick Henry.
Ray Lewis. Next question.
Off topic.
Ahead,
Did you guys ever see the hit that Brian Cushing put on Marshawn Lynch?
Jesus, yes. Right? It was like second year, right? First or second year? Yeah.
I've never seen Lynch get hit like that before.
Nah, bro.
Off topic. Who's up
Nah,
next?
yeah. Go ahead, Reese. Disappointed me.
Had to go ahead and take a little drink. Okay.
I appreciate you getting your drink on.
Take a little sip. Okay, because
Drink in your two-step.
this is what Bruce is making me do. He's making me drink a little bit more through this quarantine. And he needs to get out the house. Okay. I know he said he had a busy day today, guys. So clearly he is not thinking. Okay. So forgive him, fans. Forgive him. And please forgive me for this ugly ass chair that I know you had to see me leave and you had to see this ugly ass chair behind me, but so forgive me. So I get right back into this. Let's get back into this debate. Okay. Lawrence Julius Taylor against Ray Anthony Lewis. Okay, from the U.
Once you go with the government name shit.
From the U, no doubt. And first of all, I want to say I'm kind of biased because I don't hate the U. I'm a Florida State fan. So what that be?
Oh, this is horse shit.
So, but let's take that away. Let's look at what they really did. Let's look at what they really did.
Two Florida State fans.
Let's look at what they did. Okay.
Ohio
As
State.
he stated, 2,000, 1,000, right?
Correct.
Round it off, okay?
Oh,
one
Ray
play
did about
middle
drugs,
linebacker. One play outside linebacker. Different, okay? You're required more to tackle because you had two defensive tackles to do what? Open it up for Ray. Right? Yes, we all know that. Cool. Guess what Ray did not do? Ray never won MVP of the league. Guess who did that? LT. Guess who got all the good movie quotes? LT. But you know who got a good quote? My pain is my badge of honor. Yo, you talking about somebody inspiring somebody? That's Ray Lewis. He inspired that Baltimore team. He helped inspire that city. I give him that. I don't like some of the comments he had, through the whole Kaepernick situation and things like that. I felt like he tried to play a lot of PC. But
He did.
Oh, here you
that's
go.
outside.
That's beside the point, though.
That's outside. So I'll get right back on the field.
Didn't you get
But some of those
Kaepernick
things,
interview?
huh?
Wasn't he the guy that got Kaepernick his interview?
I think
He tried to get it with Ozzy, but then his Cap girlfriend.
Real quick, you mentioned something about I don't mean to I love you, bro. I know I'm making you drink and stuff, but you mentioned something about an MVP, right? Mention that?
Yeah,
yes.
You said Lawrence won an MVP and Ray didn't win an MVP.
Yes.
Right.
Ray Lewis won a Super Bowl MVP.
He didn't win league MVP.
Right. Super Bowl is the most important part of the league.
Stop it. So stop with that Carson Wentz shit. You can't say that.
You can't hit me with that.
You can't hit me with the Carson would have won league MVP and then got the Super Bowl. You can't do that.
Yeah, Reese is right though, because a lot of defensive players have won Super Bowl MVP that aren't even that
I wouldn't
good.
say a lot of them, but I got your point. I wouldn't say a lot of them though, but I get your point.
Come on, league MVP, bro. That means he was putting in work for 16 games. You talking about one game, bro? You talking about one game? And guess what? Who's going to get that to?
All them good players.
Time out. You remember that game, right? You remember that game. That game was a blowout. It should have went to the whole defense. Like, are we not? Are we not going to talk about that?
He was freaking amazing in that playoff.
He
was a one-man band in that playoff run.
You said playoff run. Is it one game or the playoff run? Which one is it?
The whole thing.
The whole thing now. So the Super Bowl is not for the what? Super Bowl is not for the whole playoffs. It's for one game. You're switching up your points. I just want to make sure you get to it. Either way, Lawrence Julius Taylor won league MVP. That means he stood out before everybody. And guess what?
Horrible,
he's the only defensive player, I think maybe J.J. Watt, but I think as of today, he's the only one that has won league MVP and defensive player. The only one. Only one. So once again, we already know the impact Lawrence Taylor has put on the game. Everyone is looking for a carbon copy of Lawrence Taylor. Everyone. Jadeveon Clowney was supposed to be that guy. He didn't happen. Everyone's looking for that. Derrick Thomas, as you say, who you love, they was hoping he would be Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor is almost like the Michael Jordan for linebackers, especially outside linebackers. Yes, especially outside linebackers. Everyone's looking for that guy. We talk about Joe Theismann right now. What did you do to Joe Theismann?
That was a dirty play. Shut up.
30, but guess what? We remember it. LT was that man. That impact. The impact.
There's still people that forget what happened.
He did it to Montana too. He wanted to see a Super Bowl. I think with Joe Montana now.
So without a doubt, if y'all have a question on who I'm picking, it's definitely LT. Don't you guys drop me because I'm worth $1 million, baby. What you got, Reek?
I guess it doesn't matter. He's under influence.
I'll try to wait till last. Go ahead, Ryan.
Just like LT. No. Influence. That's
I'm going to hold off for last here.
Why do you hold off the last?
Tim, who you got, Tim? Get out the way.
Okay. Ray Lewis is a great player.
Here we go.
He kind of Payton Manning that last Super Bowl. He got.
Thank you.
But Lawrence Taylor.
I'm sorry, I'm bad.
If you ever listen to those old players talk about Lawrence Taylor, they say that on every play you had to know where he was at. That's how great he was. That every player in the league was afraid of that guy. That they would do everything they could before the play started to find out what Lawrence was doing. Imagine being on the defense, 10 other guys to get to run rough shot because the whole offense is worried about what one guy is doing. But that doesn't happen. Like Ray was feared, but you can scheme him out. They couldn't scheme Taylor out of the game. What he brought to the game was like Rose said, MVP. I mean, defensive players don't win MVP of the league. We've had some crappy defense, not the Rays in that category. I'm saying there's been some crappy defensive players that won Super Bowl MVP, so it's not like it's unheard of. Especially when your quarterback's throwing for like 20% completion percentage in the Super Bowl.
He's throwing for 150 yards.
It's not hard to win the defensive side of the ball MVP.
Rod Martin got MVP as he was a linebacker. He won it against the Eagles when the Raiders beat the Eagles in '83.
And what's the name from?
It wasn't '83, bro.
In Tampa Bay, remember the guy?
It was '80.
Okay.
Whatever the Tampa Bay guy, whatever his name, I can't remember his name. That's how bad he was. He won defense MVP.
Who?
Dexter Jackson.
Dexter Jackson, yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Ain't no welcome. That's not.
That's why Malcolm Smith won MVP against.
Over here talking about the football knowledge. My brain's like I'm like.
Didn't Larry Brown win it too against the Steelers?
Bum ass cat. Yeah, he did.
Larry bum ass.
Then he went and got paid by the Raiders and sucked.
And then he went to coach the Sixers.
Hey,
that's how bad he was, man.
I'm just
Larry
saying.
Brown went from Super Bowl MVP to the basketball
helping
coach.
the argument.
Yeah, I didn't know. That's what's up. Good job, Larry Brown.
But yeah, it's Lawrence Taylor, man. He was one of a kind. Last episode, we talked about how Reggie White was gifted. I don't think there's anybody that's as gifted as Lawrence Taylor. I mean, he was an animal. Plus, like, Reggie White was a God-fearing, loving man. Lawrence Taylor didn't care, man. He went out there. You had a different jersey on. Good luck to you. So it's Lawrence Taylor.
Smoke that shit and let's rock.
Just so sad.
Pun intended.
And don't, like I said, don't forget the part, man. It's like he's out there telling everybody that the offense is carrying the defense. And he went out there, chainsaw to the car.
Yep.
Willie beaming.
What you got, Reek?
So,
you guys are ugly human beings.
I know, right?
Don't disappoint me, Reek. Don't do it.
So, Lawrence Taylor.
Don't do crack.
Yeah, don't do crack. Lawrence Taylor changed the game as far as being a pass rusher. He's the reason why the left tackle gets paid so much. He did win MVP, like you guys said.
Thanks for the blindside shout out.
Yeah, blindside shout out, absolutely. Broke Joe Theismann leg. Best pass rusher of all time. Can't argue none of that.
Trying to figure out how this matters.
But when I look at the linebacker position, and when I compare the two, the stats are comparable. Well, as far as I'll say the accolades are comparable. But to me, I'm getting to Ray Lewis because he's more versatile. Because he can do it all. He can get sacks, he can get interceptions, and he has a hell of a lot of tackles. He's the only. I think he's one of the few, if not the only, 30 interceptions, 30 sacks. He's in that club by himself, I believe. Or I think it's him and Dawkins. But it's only a few of them. It's only a few of them.
Yeah. Well,
38 fucking years. Of course he got on DNA.
Nah,
he played like a couple years more. Stop it.
It's harder to stop in my opinion, if I'm looking at football.
Okay,
right?
Let me hear this.
Yes, Lawrence Taylor was the best passer of all time. But to me, if I'm an offense, to me feel like it's hard. It feels hard to stop a middle linebacker who can guard the pass, guard the run, and get sacks, than just one guy to just get sacks. And that's not saying Lawrence Taylor is not the best pass rusher, but if you look at, let me give you an example. Aaron Donald, 20 sacks this season. But there's times that you see him disappear because all he does is get sacks. He can't do nothing else. When you talk about Ray Lewis in the middle of that defense, when he's going hammer, there's really nothing you can do. You can't just say, oh, well, he can sack the quarterback. He can stop the run. He can stop the pass. He can guard the tight end. He's more versatile than LT. So that's why I'm giving it to Ray Lewis. He's just more versatile. Yes, he's the best pass rusher. But when you look at in totality of the linebacker position, when everything is close, I got to give it to a more versatile player. So I'm giving it to Ray.
So how can you say that, right? And how many people have beat him? The Colts beat them. New England beat him.
A lot.
You said he's going. A lot of people beat the Ravens, right? And that Ravens team was based on that defense. It started with that defense. So they won 2 championships, and I'm not going to take anything from him, but because he definitely won 2, and it's because
during a dynasty, a Patriots dynasty. But keep going.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because they beat Tom Brady a few times, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Lawrence Taylor played in the Bears.
How did they become a dynasty? Like you guys say, during a dynasty, but how did they become a dynasty? Because they beat teams. That's how you become a dynasty. So if Ray is so dominant, if they're so dominant, they would have beat that team. Oh, I know, because you're gonna say the offense. I know, but guess what? You gotta stop them, right? If you stop them and Ray's going ham, then guess what? You don't win.
That Patriots team was a dynasty because they dodged the Ravens a lot in the playoffs. But when they played in the playoffs and lost in Foxborough because of Ray Lewis.
That makes it even worse. That makes it worse.
It does.
You're just saying they couldn't even get to the Patriots. That's even worse.
Exactly.
Well, because they were playing against other teams. It's all about matchups. And Tom Brady will tell you that he couldn't beat Ray Lewis. You just couldn't.
I'm gonna tell you that last year Ray Lewis was in that Super Bowl. He looked horrible. I know Ravens fans. He looked horrible. I'll show you a clip.
I don't care if you know Ravens fans or not. He still had double-digit tackles in that Super Bowl.
Okay, that's what you're going with? That's what you're going with? See, this is what happens when your team's not in the Super Bowl. You don't really watch the game, and that's what you didn't do. Because I'll tell you one right. When Frank Gore went against Ray Lewis in the hole, be quiet. It's my time to talk. I want to tell you something. I want to show you something. It's a key play. It's a key play because you didn't. Because if you saw that play, if you just saw throughout that, when we ran the ball, we was killing Ray. We averaged 9 yards a clip. Where you going? Don't go away now because I'm giving you facts. We averaged 9 yards a clip. Am I right, Tim? In that Super Bowl, averaged 9 yards a clip. Where was Ray Lewis in that defense? They were nowhere to be found. When it was Kaepernick running that read option and it was one-on-one against Frank Gore,
and then they won the game. Cut up. Jim Harbaugh.
No, they shut Kaepernick's bitch ass down.
They did not.
Here, look. You see that?
They did not.
Don't ever talk to me like that again.
Hey, Ryan. Hey, look real quick. Guess who got the other jersey? Guess who else was another fan? He's talking about he an Eagles fan, but he got a Baltimore Ravens jersey. What's going on? So just like you was a Detroit fan, he's a Baltimore Ravens fan. Hey, look, the truth's starting to come out now. The truth's starting to come out now. I see you over there, Brucey.
And he's not even the Eagles. It's not an NFC.
I see you, Brucey.
One other team's jersey.
I see you, Bruce.
And it's the guy who went to the U.
See, you're going to say he had a bad game, but he led the postseason in tackles that year.
You said postseason. I'm talking about
you got to get there too, don't you?
He shut your bum ass
I'm talking about a specific game. Am I not right?
I'm just saying.
I'm talking about that specific game.
All them yards, but y'all still took that hot L.
See, now like I said, you got to watch the game. Coaching. Then we ran the ball. It was coaching. How do you get down to the goal line, right? I won't get too more into that game, but if y'all know the stats, once again, we were averaging 9 yards a rush. 9 yards.
He threw the ball 4 times to the 2-yard line.
Thank you.
Still not bad. If the power don't get out, you get embarrassed.
It don't matter. You keep talking about it get embarrassed. It didn't happen.
Go ahead, Ryan.
You talking about what ifs.
Ryan is
talking
going
about what happened.
I believe it's 2-2. So go ahead, Ryan.
Here I am with the scenario. We have a player I saw plenty of. and a player I saw very little to none of.
Let me
The only time I've ever really seen the man was through highlight tapes and replays of games. When you look at the numbers, tackle obviously one has a lot more tackles than the other. But asserted another level of dominance to the game that leads me to believe not only is he the GOAT of this position, he might be the overall GOAT in the end of all time when it comes to football. So my personal linebacker GOAT is Lawrence Taylor. He played the tapes I've seen and the videos I've watched. Now, mind you, I saw Ray Lewis almost for way more than half of his career.
A cop out.
How's it a cop out?
If you saw Ray Lewis for more in his career, and you honestly were looking now, bullshit. If you saw Ray Lewis, and the way you go off of Mr. Statistical Guy, 2,000 tackles to 1,000 tackles, the same amount of Super Bowls to the same amount of Super Bowls.
It's a different position.
They're both linebackers.
But one's an outside linebacker.
Thank you. Stop it.
Yeah, but Ray had sacks though. But Ray had sacks though.
I promise. Hold up. 1 second.
Bullshit.
1 second. Hold up. No, I never attack you because of your picks. But if Lawrence Taylor went to the U, guess what? If Lawrence Taylor went to the U and Ray Lewis went elsewhere, who would you be picking right now?
It would still be.
Nah, I don't think so.
You had to think about that.
Say what you want to say, bro. You over here thinking Dwayne Haskins is good, bro. Let me tell you something.
I tell you what it is about Dwayne Haskins.
Let me tell you something.
Reese, real quick. No, it's my turn. I talk.
No.
During the draft,
my little rant isn't only towards you. I get why he picked Lawrence. He's a history of the guy game. Ray,
he's smart.
I respect that. I respect him.
I like you.
I respect Reese's opinion. But then he's going to sit there and talk shit about Ray Lewis like he didn't do his thing in that Super Bowl, which is bullshit.
I didn't say all that. I said that they were each dominant in their own way. But I really do believe, and spoiler alert, LT might be the overall GOAT. He really might.
Hang on, Ryan. You usually say, Ryan, that your favorite quote is, "I go with the devil I know versus the devil I don't."
Well,
right. Never seen him play.
He trying to get away from that. I was killing him.
I did my research on this because when I knew we were. That's why I asked the other day, before, like two days before we recorded this, I said, "What position are we doing?" I looked at the bracket. I knew. Come on. I mean, it was no secret that it was going to come down to Lawrence Taylor and Ray Lewis. So I did my research. Ray Lewis has the numbers, but at a certain point, you can't. As big as a numbers guy as I am. And I really tried to hammer that home so it would bring a shock factor because I knew it was going to come down to me at the end when we started in round one. I knew that Bruce was going to go with Ray Lewis. I knew that you would go with Ray Lewis. I had a good feeling that Tim and Reese would go with Lawrence Taylor. So that's why I wanted to make sure I was laced because I would provide that shock factor because I spent a lot of this episode talking about how I'm a numbers guy.
I knew you were going to pick Lawrence Taylor. There was no shot.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yes, I definitely did.
Hey, I thought he was going to take Ray Lewis.
Because you're a prisoner of the moment, right?
Reese did. I can tell.
Prisoner of the moment if I was a prisoner of the moment.
If you want to go with the devil you still do and the devil you don't, you watch Ray Lewis play. You never saw Lawrence Taylor play a snap. Not one.
But first of all,
you didn't just – hold up, Tim. All right, But that applies when I don't sit there watching tape for 3 straight days because that's what I did. I watched Lawrence Taylor tape the past 3 days. If you would have listened to what I said prior to that, you would know that. But you had your face in your phone and you weren't paying attention.
Now, here's my question. So you watched Lawrence Taylor tape. Did you watch Ray Lewis tape?
I watched Ray Lewis live and in person.
No. Answer my question. Did you watch
that bum?
Yeah, no, I did watch Ray Lewis highlights this week, but I also had the privilege of watching Ray Lewis as I grew up.
Antler spray.
Cocaine. What's your
Hell
point?
Drug.
Exactly. Don't go with deer antler spray when this man was doing cocaine before every single game. He got found in his car, passed out, and didn't even get a ticket. In front of the stadium.
So you trying to tell me that my man was souped up on cocaine and still was able to perform the way he was able to perform?
That's the reason why he's performing the way he performed.
I have another LT fact.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
It's a hell of a drug. Shit.
He used to friggin' send people to the other team's hotel to pull fire alarms and send hookers to people's rooms at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I can't. I'm trying to tell you the impact LT had on the game is crazy.
but a pass rush is easier to stop than a middle linebacker that could stop everything.
That's not true.
It's not.
All you do is throw to the outside.
All right. You saying it's so easy to
we
stop,
run
right?
to the outside. We just told you that Ray Lewis is the best side to side.
Throw to the outside, not run.
And he gonna slap the hell out of you. He gonna find you.
Time out. Let's think about this. So you guys are saying that, right?
I know we lost. We get it.
It's okay.
But here's my thing. He gave up 31 goddamn points in the Super Bowl. So that defense was doing what? He gave up 31 points. And he had a big ass lead.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
You talking about the lights? Lights don't fucking stop.
No, real life question, okay? You played football before, Mr. Cramp Up. Listen, in Germany, you couldn't even, hang on, stop. You couldn't even finish to play Germany because you were cramping up, right?
That's very true. That's very true.
Okay. They sat around for almost 45 minutes while they went and found out which switch, right? Harbaugh had them flick, right?
Was that only for
so
the Ravens?
That way they could get everything situated.
Yeah,
right?
but momentum is a real thing, bro. You gotta keep that.
I'm not saying it's not. But
you definitely chill when you up like 20.
Time out. So you say this, and Bruce, you know what? You asked me like, hey, when the lights went out, guess what? They also too, you know what I mean, started the second half. What they started up with? They had a kickoff return, right? Had a kickoff return.
Yeah.
You guys remember that, right? Cool. So they was whipping our ass, right? No doubt. So guess what? If you're Ray Lewis and you're so inspirational and you're so getting these guys ready, you don't give up that many goddamn points in the second half. The second half, I don't give a fuck how much you cramp up. I don't give a damn how much you say, oh, the momentum. Guess what? You take it back because the dominant defense does that. But once again, I'm going by his stats. I'm going by what I actually saw in the game. You guys going by those tackles. A lot of the tackles he had, guess what? When you give up that many points, that means you're on the field a lot. What you got, Tim? Yeah. I want you to get in here.
No, I think you talking about impact. Like I said, all those players back in the day say that everyone knew where Lawrence Taylor was. So it's not like Lawrence Taylor was a guy that was just like one-dimensional. He was all over the field hitting everybody. He might hit your coach.
So people didn't say the same stuff about Ray Lewis?
Yeah.
You really going to act like that right now?
But they're not to the same effect.
Definitely not to the same effect. Definitely not
people
to the same
feared Ray more than probably anybody they'd ever played against.
No way, dude. Lawrence Taylor.
I don't believe it.
Lawrence Taylor's out there killing people.
You'll never make me believe that. Ray Lewis was killing people in real life.
Oh, stop. Don't say that. 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 Don't say that.
So they were up. So the Raiders up 28-6.
Love you, Tim.
You gotta understand. You know how football works, right? So when you're up by that much, you play off. You play back.
Not Ray. Not no old motivational Ray though. He gets those guys ready.
And all defenses do that. That's what you do. You try to not give up the big plays. You give up. You give up the small stuff.
That's another negative for me about Ray. I play a lot of sports growing up. I can't stand it when someone's constantly in my face trying to motivate me. You're in the Super Bowl. I motivate myself. I don't need a guy every 10 minutes trying to give rah-rah speeches.
Wait a minute.
And let's be honest. Like, did y'all watch that playoff run too as well?
Wait a minute.
Did y'all really watch Ray Lewis in that playoff run?
I just told you he led the postseason in tackles.
No, you're not listening. I said watch. There's a difference between getting tackled.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw he flukily beat Denver. I saw that.
See, y'all keep going by stats. I'm talking about actually watching it. There's different things.
When he played?
Okay, you say that, right? You say that, right? So you're trying to tell me that Ray wasn't a shell of himself?
Yeah.
He was hurt.
He was horrible, right?
He was
tricep himself.
So
they should never even been there.
He's playing in the middle, right? And he had two anchors. Once again, y'all keep forgetting that the guys he has in front of him. You act like y'all ain't had Terrell Suggs. You act like you guys forget about all the people that had on that defense.
You act like the Giants didn't have good players around him.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Talking about the Niners. Talking about the Niners defense.
But what I'm also saying, guess what? We can name those guys. We know where LT was going to line up every single time. We know that. They had Ray moving around. You're right, Reek. They had Ray moving around. And this is no testament, but once you got to nitpick. Once you talk about GOATs like this, you have to start nitpicking. You know what I'm saying? And the major impact that LT had on the game compared to Ray Lewis it's out of this world, man. That's why I compare him pretty much to the Jordan. Everyone's looking for that LT right now.
Can we name a left tackle that he cooked? Lawrence Taylor? Because I don't remember any left tackles way back then. Now,
I can't.
How would he have done against a Jonathan Ogden? a Walter
I think
Jones.
we cooked his ass too.
I don't know about that. I don't.
Now we just playing the what if game. We don't. But
I'm just saying. My point is,
listen.
what was the tackles he was going against back then? Because remember, they didn't think about left tackles like that.
Listen, but Reek, you got to look at it like this, and I'm not trying to defend him because I'm already, it hurts my soul.
There you go. Come on inside.
Right. But you can only play against who's in front of you. Reek.
That's very true.
That's one of those things, right? And I'm gonna tell you like this. I get why our three amigos here picked Lawrence Taylor. Hell, I almost even uttered the words Lawrence Taylor. Okay.
Versatile.
But
I like him. I like Lawrence. Lawrence is
I hate Lawrence Taylor.
Best pass rush ever.
But I watched Ray Lewis do things.
Business.
I've watched Ray do things in a game I've never seen anybody do. Okay. And yes, he went to the U. Yes, I support 90% of the Miami players that come in the league as long as they don't wear that ugly ass shit-stained star on the side of their helmet. I even support them in New York. I support them in Washington.
As long as you're not Kellen Winslow Jr., you're good.
Hey, look, I support every Florida State fan. You know what, Deion? I didn't like you in Dallas, but I still thought you did your thing. Hint, they got a Super Bowl.
Look,
who they beat to get to the Super Bowl? Tell them, Ro. Who they beat, Ro?
We all know. We don't have to go back. We don't have to go
back. Who they beat, Ro?
We don't want to talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Ryan, what you got? What you got, Ryan?
How did Jerry do that game, Ro? Oh, he lost.
See?
We're running long though, fellas. Listen, that was a hell of a Go Madness episode for sure. Ryan, wrap us up, man.
Got you. So if it wasn't clear enough, Lawrence Taylor is the football guys pick for the GOAT of the linebacker position. So moving on into the tournament of 8. So far we have Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Tony Gonzalez, Walter Payton, Reggie White, and now Lawrence Taylor. Next up, we are going to be, I believe,
corners.
We're going to do the cornerbacks next, and then we are saving the best for last. In my opinion, what's the best is the safety.
Bailey.
Yeah, okay.
We'll see.
Bailey.
I'll say this, just a little teaser. In my opinion, because you heard me make the bold claim that Lawrence Taylor might be the overall GOAT. There's someone in that cornerback bracket that might be the overall, could be in that conversation for overall GOAT too. But
Darryl Green.
Sorry, Ray. Ray. It's not Aeneas Williams.
We're not going to open up that. We're not going to open up that can of worms until next time. But until next time, we are the football guys, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe.
And go watch Any Given Sunday.
Yeah, do that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's another one. With a Coke and a smile.
Yeah, Coke and a smile.